And welcome back to the Oneonta movie show. Again, we have my good friend Alex here.
Hello.
And I'm Jacob, your host. Today we're going to be talking about some new Star Wars trailers. It Chapter 2, we're finally getting around to. Some horror movies, and yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. So let's get started. I guess before we talk about Star Wars really quick, have you seen anything in the past week or so? Anything you want to just quickly mention that you saw?
Like movie-wise?
Yeah, movie-wise, TV-wise.
No.
No? You saw The Lighthouse.
I did see The Lighthouse,
Yeah.
but you didn't see it.
Was it good or bad?
It was good.
Good? Okay.
It was good.
I have to see The Lighthouse.
It's not for everyone at all. It's a
Okay.
very, 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 very weird movie.
Right. I saw yesterday, and I loved it. It's about the Beatles not existing, and it was really good. It's a dumb romance movie, elevated by a really good plot, like a really good concept. Really fun, really happy. If you've been depressed lately, watch yesterday. So, I guess we'll get into it. So, the final trailer for Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker came out. What'd you think?
Well, first off, I'm glad that it was actually a trailer this time, not just
like
a
the
glorified clip show. Yeah, we saw some new images, some like new space battles.
Yeah.
We got a few more Lando scenes. It is in a way sort of more the same,
Right.
but it still has like that epic, grandiose
Right.
quality
The
about
grand
it.
finale.
The music
Yeah.
was phenomenal in this one.
Yeah.
That's the wrong trailer, but
Yeah, it's fine. Star Wars, it looks the same. Yeah, I agree. Basically, you said it verbatim. I am excited. I am excited for, especially Carrie Fisher. I'm very interested to see how they finish out her character.
Yeah.
I'm very interested to see how they put her character into it, because that's a big part of the marketing. They've been saying that, we haven't CGI'd her in, we haven't done anything, it's old footage. So I'm very curious to see how they do that. I'm very curious to see if they throw any, I guess, I haven't seen Lando. We haven't seen Lando in a while.
yeah,
So-
it's just him flying and laughing.
Right, so I'm cool with that. I like Billy D. Williams. He should be fun. Again, J.J. Abrams. I think I mentioned him last time. I love J.J. Abrams, although I love Rian Johnson. And I love The Last Jedi. We're back to J.J., and I think he's a good director. I think he knows what he's doing. Again, the writer wrote Batman vs. Superman, so we'll see where that goes. But I think it's going to be well made, as usual. It's going to be well directed and well. But I do like these characters too. We're finally seeing Poe, Rey, and Finn together in the ship, which I like. I like those three characters. I really love. So who knows? We'll see where it goes. They're making it bigger now. There's 30 Star Destroyers now.
Yeah, and like people are walking on them.
People are walking on them.
Yeah, I don't know.
People are walking on the Star Destroyers. Well, I get. You gotta get. It's like bigger is better.
Yeah.
There's some cool images in there. But the one thing I'm really upset about is they're bringing back Palpatine.
Yeah, I don't. Look, I love Ian McDiarmid, and I especially love Ian McDiarmid as Palpatine.
Yeah.
But
We don't need him
why?
again. Yeah, we don't need him again.
Why? You're trying to like Last Jedi worked so hard to give Kylo Ren his own identity, and now he's got to be like some Palpatine goon, or I don't know what they're doing with him.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's gonna take away from Kylo's
Right.
arc and all that. I can't help but feel like they spoiled a big moment in that shot where Rey and Kylo are sort of like.
Oh, they're like hitting something.
Yeah, they're
right?
hitting something.
Right. Well, we don't know what it is, so maybe they didn't spoil it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I 100% agree. They never referenced Palpatine at all in this whole trilogy. 1 and 2, like Force Awakens, they don't mention anything. Last Jedi, they don't mention. They especially don't.
They mention him once, like Luke is
yeah, right.
They let
Luke-
Darth Sidious take
right.
over.
Okay, fine. They mentioned him by name.
one movie.
Time in passing, but they never made him a plot point. They never they referenced him once, but they never. No one talked about him, right?
Yeah.
and now he's going to be like the main villain. Like, where did that come from?
I mean, in a way, it's sort of like what they did in the original trilogy when he just kind of shows up.
Well, at least in Empire, he.
Yeah, they did sort of build him up in that hologram.
Yeah, Empire they build him up, which was good, and then Force Awakens was supposed to be a joke. It was supposed to be an inverse on that, where Snoke was that, and then he wasn't that, which I loved. But then they're like, oh, Palpatine's back. Okay. I don't know. Again, I agree with you. Last Jedi, the whole point of that movie was that Kylo Ren is his own person. He's his own person.
Even in the first trailer, when I saw him repairing his mask, I groaned.
Yeah. It's like,
I mean, he's like that. When he smashed that thing, that was a huge character.
Yeah,
moment.
You're right. 100%. Killing Snoke.
Yeah.
Big character moment. Taking control of the Empire. Big character moment. And now he's like, oh, I might as well build the helmet again. You're like, what? You're coming back?
Like, what in Last Jedi led him to come to that conclusion?
You're right.
Also, one thing I sort of, one gripe I had with this is that whole shot where, like, 3PO's like, I'm taking one last look at my friends.
None of them
like,
are his friends.
3PO, like, he spent all of 5 minutes with them. And only with, like, Poe. Like, he's probably, like, seen Rey a couple times.
He never saw Rey, because if you rewatch The Last Jedi, Rey's barely with any of them. She's with Luke the entire movie,
he doesn't,
and then with Kylo, and then comes at the ending to pick them up. Like, that's.
I mean, I get there is supposed to be like a huge time skip between Last Jedi and this. That's what I've heard. But even so, it's just not impactful at all when we don't see.
Right.
If it was 3PO looking at Leia, then
it makes sense. And I like that. Like, if you rewatch the entire franchise, C-3PO is basically with Leia the entire time.
Yeah.
Where he is her, the butler to Leia, basically. And you're right. If he was like in front of Leia or something, you'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because he was always kind of her, not second in command, but her emotional support. I don't even know what he is, but he was always like a friend of hers who was always with
an acquaintance.
More than acquaintance. And he met Finn and Rey like twice, and he's like, my goodbye, my friends. Like, that'd be weird if I did that to some guy I met at like a bagel shop once. And I was like, goodbye, old friend. Like, what? You only met me once. No, you're right. I'm just done with that. I think we were talking about this in the booth. I'm just done with this Skywalker era.
Yeah,
I'm so done with it.
Just move on.
Yeah,
I mean, it was good to get us get us back into Star Wars after
but now let's
a 10-year break.
Yeah, let's leave it. There are millions upon millions of years and pantheons and galaxies and all these things, and they're still trying to focus on Luke. And I don't know why. And again, that's why I love The Last Jedi, because they were like, it doesn't matter. You don't need to be a Skywalker. That's a great thing about Last Jedi. You don't need to be a Skywalker to be a Jedi. Yeah. And this movie's literally called The Rise of Skywalker. You're just like flushing everything down the toilet. So I don't know. I am excited. We have a little bit of gripes, as you're allowed to have. Yeah. This movie's not going to be perfect. No. But you're allowed to have gripes and whatnot. Victoria gave me a sign. I don't know what that means. But let's keep going with this movie. What else? Do you like this trilogy overall?
I think I said, I have mixed feelings about it overall.
Okay.
I really like both directors. I think they both did like a really solid job. I think all the acting all around.
Good. We're in the same boat, because people don't like Rian Johnson.
The stories, I'm iffy on the stories, iffy on the screenplays.
Yeah.
They're sometimes I love them, sometimes I hate them, sometimes I just think they're average.
Right.
I don't really have a definitive opinion on all of them. I think I might have one as soon as we complete this trilogy.
Okay.
I'll have a clearer picture then, but for now I'm sort of in this weird middle ground.
Okay. Yeah, I think I like it a little bit more than you. Actually, I love The Force Awakens. And I love The Last Jedi, so maybe I'm just a shill. I love these movies. I love enjoyable movies. I love these characters. I think that's the one thing that keeps me coming back to these movies. Even if I'm iffy on, I didn't like Rogue One or Solo, but like Return of the Jedi, I was, it's not the best one in the original trilogy, but you always come back to them for the characters. Yeah. And I think this is a very clear example of characters. When you take a screenwriting class, and the first thing you learn is you got to write your characters great. And I think that's what this trilogy has done really well, especially with Kylo Ren.
Yeah, definitely.
He is such a well-written character.
Yeah, there are times where I sort of feel like he should be the main character
Right.
of the trilogy.
If you rewatch The Last Jedi, he kind of is the main character in that
Sort of,
movie.
yeah.
I think he is. He is as much as a main. Rey's not even a main character in The Last Jedi.
Really?
If you rewatch it, she's like, I don't know. She's not even in the ending. Like, she just shows up at the ending. She's like, I got the Falcon here, and they all get on it, and that's it. She's like, I mean, she's in it. She's a main character, but not as much as she was in The Force Awakens. And for reasons, obviously Luke is a main character in that movie. But I think he's kind of a main character. I think he's as much as a main character. I think he's more of a main character than Finn and Poe.
I will say that, like, there's a lot of stuff going on in Last Jedi,
right?
And for like how jam-packed that movie is with plot, it could have been way worse.
Right. People hate that movie.
Yeah,
People absolutely hate that movie, and I don't know why. It is the definition of Star Wars. That movie, I think. It's my second favorite Star Wars movie. I like Empire Strikes Back. I love Empire Strikes Back. Empire Strikes Back, in my mind, is a perfect movie. It's up there.
Yeah.
Last Jedi, I think, is right under that, especially in the realm of Star Wars. It captures the feeling really well, I think. So I don't know. Let's talk about The Mandalorian now.
Yeah. As to how excited I am for this show.
Should we explain what it is first?
Oh, yeah, I guess. So
Disney Plus.
Yeah, Disney Plus.
It's going to be a show on Disney Plus directed by Jon Favreau. It is about a bounty hunter who's not Boba Fett.
It's not Boba Fett.
But it probably might be Boba Fett. Who knows? They might just like spoil it. Yeah. So are you excited?
I'm excited for the concept of having a bounty hunter, like a scoundrel, as the main character.
Okay. Yeah.
So sort of like having that, like, gray area. Like I really hope they make him an anti-hero.
Yeah, like a Punisher or something.
Yeah, because one of my biggest fears is that Disney's just gonna make him like sort of lawless, but like overall like he's a hero. I want to see like
I agree with you.
I want to see a scumbag be the main character.
So that's a good. Yeah.
And so the trailer itself, it's there's not really much that happens in it. It doesn't really. I mean, it shows like the landscape and the characters.
As they always do.
Yeah. But
deserts.
But yeah, it doesn't really hint at what kind of stories this Mandalorian is going to face.
I agree with you. I really hope they do more of a Punisher. I also hope they make it grittier than it seems. There was a part in the trailer where he like shuts a door on some guy, then it cut to black. I hope it's grittier than it's Jon Favreau, and I like Jon Favreau. He did Iron Man. He did The Lion King. Didn't like The Lion King, but he did Chef. I like him for the most. He did Elf. Like he's a weird director.
He just kind of does whatever he wants.
He does where the paycheck. He goes where the paychecks are. But he's good at his job. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm even gonna get Disney Plus.
I don't think I'm going to.
I don't even know if I'm gonna watch it. But if I were hypothetically to get Disney Plus, they have like a Hulu. They have like a Disney Plus Hulu thing. So maybe I'll just end up getting it because it's with Hulu. But yeah, I agree. I hope it's like a dirty character. But again, I said this in the booth before we started filming. I don't like the look of it. If you watch the trilogy, like the Rise of Skywalker, if you watch the Rise of Skywalker trailer, The Last Jedi, and The Force Awakens, it has like this look to it, like a colorful look to it. They're very bright, vibrant colors. And then for some reason, Rogue One, Solo, and now this Mandalorian have had this gray and brown color palette where the literal lens and everything looks like it's gray and brown because it's dark and dirty. And I don't necessarily like that.
Well, I don't know about Solo because I didn't see that. But in terms of Rogue One, it's sort of a darker story, and it sort of shows like a grittier side to the good guys.
Yeah, I mean I get that, but like The Last Jedi was a darker story, but I wasn't. You don't need to. Just because you say it's dark doesn't mean like Like I could
Well,
say
I
I'm
mean,
dark.
no,
I'm wearing a
I'm
black
not
shirt.
saying it has to be like with every story. It's like it's a style. And
Yeah, I don't like that style. Like
Okay.
especially with Star Wars.
well, yeah, that's fair.
With Star Wars, I don't like that style. I think Star Wars is always again about the characters and little kids. When I saw Rogue One, I was thinking to myself, if I saw that as like a 5-year-old, I would have been crying in that theater. I would have been
I don't know. There were a lot of 5-year-olds in the theater, and they were cheering.
cheering is a very strong word. I don't know, but I just don't like that color palette. But that's that. We have our
Yeah.
own opinions on it. We'll be right back after this break.
Yep. See you then.
They'll see you before you see them. Cops are cracking down on drinking and driving. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Welcome back. It's Halloween.
Yeah,
We're
it
getting to
is.
that time. It's Halloween tomorrow, actually.
It's funny how that works.
But you'll probably be watching it around the Thanksgiving table. But we're going to be talking about some scary movies. And first, we're going to be talking about It Chapter 2, which came out like a month ago.
Yeah.
But
a little
we'll
late,
talk about it
but-
anyway. So what did you think of It 2?
I really loved it too.
Okay.
I think I like it better than the first one.
Wow.
Yeah. Strong statement.
You're the minority there.
Yeah, definitely. I know a lot of people are complaining about how long it is.
Yep.
How, like just that it's like a very mundane movie.
Yeah.
I didn't think that at all. Well, like I like long movies.
Okay.
I didn't really feel the length. I don't know. And it was kind of, the pacing was a little
Yeah.
iffy, but the thing with bad pacing is that it doesn't really seem to bother me. Like
Okay.
as long as something is happening.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man 3, the pacing in that movie is awful, but I still love
It's a
that
weird
movie to
example,
death.
but that's an
well, I mean,
interesting. Okay.
It is like but yeah.
Wow. Everything you said, we'll just inverse it because.
All right, good.
Well, here's
good.
the thing. I like long movies too, but this movie ain't Goodfellas. Goodfellas is a long movie. I'm joking.
Okay, but it's a Stephen King movie.
I know, but Stephen King. I don't like Stephen King either. I think he should be on the FBI's most wanted list for his writing.
Okay, well, some things in the It book, definitely.
But we're talking about the movie, this It 2, and I liked It 1.
Yeah, I did too.
I really enjoyed It 1, and they were copying Stranger Things in it, especially because you got the kid from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it, and it's just a fun movie. These little kids riding around on bikes. Their parents don't believe them, or their parents don't see it, and then they got to fight the. It's really good. It's really fun stuff. This movie, it just felt weird. I didn't think it was necessarily bad. Like I've seen worse movies before, but it's just strange seeing these adults talking about like a clown, a spider clown at the ending. It was just really weird to me, and the length was a big issue for me. Where the ending, spoiler, is beat up the clown. We didn't need to spend 3 hours for them to beat up the clown. You could have shortened that a lot. Here's the 3-act structure for you. Phone call, hello, Pennywise is back. Boom, hello, Pennywise is back. Let's do that for 45 minutes. Then, okay, find your tokens, and then we'll throw that in a bucket and see if we can fight Pennywise. Find my token, there's Pennywise, boom. Found my token, there's Pennywise, boom. Let's do that 6 times. Then it takes them 30 minutes to get down to that cave, and then they get in the cave, and they beat up the clown and ends. Way too long. The pacing was so terrible. But I guess I'll list off some good things. Bill Hader.
The entire
great.
cast.
The
all
cast
around.
is good overall. Although
Bill
I don't know. I thought James McAvoy was like weird at that. He's just like weird at that movie. For
I mean,
me.
he wasn't.
He hasn't
as-
been good in a while, and I miss good James McAvoy.
I mean, he wasn't as good as I thought he would be.
Yeah,
Being James McAvoy,
he's
but
he's a solid actor, and I thought he was just kind of goofy in this movie. He's like riding a bike around. Like I
well,
thought
I
he
mean,
was
he's,
dumb.
he's doing what the script is telling him
Yeah,
to.
but I just thought he looked weird. I like Jessica Chastain. She's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Bill Hader is great. And I like Skarsgård as the
yeah.
clown. The thing is, they never let him be the clown. there's always a stupid CGI thing blocking his, like that's great scene in this movie. Was when he lures that little girl under the bleachers.
Yeah.
I really like that scene because it was just him tormenting this little girl, like, oh, come on, Dad. Great stuff. And then every other scene, he has to have like these tentacles, or he's an old lady, or the hobo guy's throwing up on him. Like it was everything else, and just get rid of that stuff because he is actually really good in the role. And that's the other thing. I didn't think it was necessarily scary at all.
Well, I didn't either, but I didn't really think the first one was all that
No,
scary
it
either.
wasn't, but I think the first one is more, again, kind of a Stranger Things kind of thing, where it's more of like an adventure movie.
Yeah.
And again, this one was kind of weird with where they were going for. I didn't get, like, did they forget? It's about repression.
Okay, yeah.
It's about
yeah.
repressing your memories, and it's about abuse and childhood abuse and domestic abuse. But let's beat up the clown. Like that's what it comes down to.
The whole thing in the beginning when they were sort of like starting to remember Pennywise again.
I didn't mind that.
Well, that I didn't really catch that at first.
I got
because you know I think McAvoy's the first guy who gets the phone call, and you see him like shaking, and like everyone who gets a call is like being scared and stuff, and I'm like, oh, because they're thinking about Pennywise, but then it turns out they don't remember.
You remember? I was fine with that. You know what I hated?
What'd you
James
hate?
McAvoy is working on the Warner Brothers set. Did you notice this? It is a Warner Brothers movie. He's a writer on the Warner. He's playing Stephen King, which is the dumbest. And then he meets Stephen King and Stephen King goes, "Oh, I don't like the endings to your books, James McAvoy." Like that is the dumbest thing ever. He is playing Stephen King on the Warner Brothers lot, making a movie about his life. I hate it. Like that was the dumbest thing ever. I was like, you could not. It's just dumb. Like the big Warner Brothers logo. It was so stupid.
I mean, it's not like they could get the rights to shoot at the Universal.
No, but
studio.
just make it like not at Warner Brothers. Like, and then you meet Stephen King. Could you not be any more obvious? Like, this is dumb to me. Yeah, I wasn't really on board this movie. I don't think I'll watch it again. Like, if somebody puts it on, I won't leave the room. But I don't think I'll ever be like, well, I got 3 hours to kill. Let's watch this clown movie. Like, I'm never gonna do that.
I will also say, CGI Spider Clown was
terrible. Ridiculous. Yeah, it was
ridiculous.
Way too much CGI. Like I thought the first one had a good mix of CGI and clown and like good makeup. I thought this one, like the what was that? The Paul Bunyan statue looked terrible.
That was, dude. I burst out laughing when that happened. Like the end, like the whole climax felt like a Marvel movie.
Right. It was dumb. They're
especially with like Bill Hader and Eddie like stopping for 3 minutes to talk about this dog.
Right. And it felt like a Marvel movie. They're going to this cave. They're beating up this giant spider, and then they go, Pennywise, you're a doo-doo head, and then he dies. Like that's what I waited 3 hours for to him.
Mike literally says, "You're not just the clown. You are the whole circus," and that kills Pennywise.
Wow. I
mean, spoilers. Sorry.
Yeah, he dies at the ending, but I don't know. I didn't like it. I love the first. I like the first one. I don't like Stephen King. I think Stephen King is full of himself. And I think the cast.
I don't think Stephen King is full of himself.
He's on a lot of cocaine.
Well, he's on a lot of cocaine.
He's full of himself.
But I've seen a few interviews with him where he pretty much just says he doesn't think he's that great of a writer.
Okay, tell it to his mansion and his 35 movies.
Well, I'm sure he's grateful. I'm sure he's grateful.
To tell that to his money.
It's more like 135 movies, honestly.
Oh yeah, right, exactly. Tell it to his 130 movies, his millions of dollars and millions of pages. But other than that, he's not that good. But no, I agree with him. I don't think he's that good of a writer. But so I don't know. What do you give this movie out of 10?
I give it a 9. Just because I like the directions. Look, what I liked about this movie is I like the directions it takes with the characters as they grow older. I think the, all the metaphors for like returning childhood trauma really worked. I liked all the juxtaposing between the real scenes and the flashback.
I didn't mind those, although they
there was a lot of Finn Wolfhard did not look. But something not enough people talk about is that I really think the music in these movies is really good.
No, it is a good soundtrack. Yeah.
But I give it a 9.
Wow. No, I give this like a 4.
I mean, there
3,
there are a lot of
2,
dumb
1,
things.
I don't know.
There are a lot of dumb things in both these movies, but I think the story of It is an inherently dumb story.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to be talking about horror movies now, our favorite ones.
Favorite horror movies,
yeah. What's your favorite horror? Do you have a favorite 3 favorites?
What I've really loved growing up were the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Just all of them, because they were, like, in the subgenre of slasher, like with Jason and Michael Myers. They were the first ones I saw.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I remember it vividly where my mom was like, because like I saw like a Freddy Krueger mask in a Halloween store, and my mom was like, no, don't go as Freddy Krueger. I will never let you do that. And she was trying to build up how scary the movies were, and then I watched all of them, despite her wishes.
How many are there?
There are, I think there are 9.
9,
There
right?
are 9, including a remake.
Okay.
And
Freddy vs. Jason.
And Freddy vs. Jason.
Yeah.
So I've always loved these movies because they're very creative.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I've heard from people. Who like them.
They're very creative. They're like they have very great characters, especially for a slasher movie.
Yeah.
Even the not so great ones.
Yeah, the 4, the Dream Hunters.
Even the not so great ones, they have they at least have good ideas, good concepts in them.
Yeah, I guess we're wrapping it up today.
Oh.
I like Alien. That's my opinion on that. Okay, so we're done with today's episode.
Yeah,
it was a good one.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off so soon.
Alien's a good movie.
Alien's a great movie.
It is.
So we'll see you guys next time, next show. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one.